Your explanation of Genesis 1:26, let us make man in our image after our likeness.
Okay, let's look at Genesis 1, the creation account. God said, let us make man in our image and our likeness. Now, that's a use of a plural. We have to ask, what does that signify? Actually, scholars today will say you can't read a Trinity back into that. Your Old Testament scholars even will say it's not fair to read a Trinity because the ancient people weren't thinking in those terms. If you try to read a Trinity, you immediately run into problems. Let me just start with a simple thing. Who's God? Is God the Trinity? So the Trinity said, let us make man. Well, who's the Trinity talking to? Oh, you say, no, that's the Father. So the Father is more God than the other two. So you're really saying when you see God, you really mean the Father. Well, that's skewing the doctrine of the Trinity. So if you want to say, well, the Father was speaking to the Son, then you can ask, well, the Son is born of a woman. The Son is God manifest in the flesh. Was Mary back there too? You know. So, let's approach this several different ways. Look at the next verse, which is the fulfillment. So God created man in his own image. It switches back to the singular. And you look at the man he created, Adam. Well, you could say Adam is body, soul, spirit, mind, will, etc., etc. At the end of the day, he's one person with one personality, and as such, he is the image of his creator. So that right there tells you God is not a Trinity, because Adam is not a Trinity. Adam is one person reflecting his creator. Okay, and then if you go to another passage in Isaiah 44:24, it says, God stretched out the heavens alone. He says it in the first person. I stretched out the heavens alone and the earth by myself. So God himself says, when I created everything, I did it alone.
That's so good.
And I did it by myself.
That's so good.
So what I'm suggesting is it really isn't appropriate to try to add a second person as a pre-existent being when the Bible is very clear that God did it all alone and by himself. Now, that still leaves the question, why did he say, let us? And I'll give you 4 options. You can think about what you like. The first one, I think, is the plural of deliberation. We see this in English. If I sit down and say, let's see, what am I going to do today? Let's see. Literally, let us see. Who am I talking to? Myself. It's deliberation. So could it be